So hey guys, like I promised, I'm making this video to share with you some tips, some things I've done myself to in order to change my mindset and improve my mindset, and I'm still doing it till this day. I know people that are most successful are still doing it as well, because it's something you have to keep working on. It's not something that you do it and you're finished with it, because life keeps bringing new things, bringing new challenges into your life that will challenge you to adapt your mindset again. So I've written some couple things down, and I hope these things can help you and give you a type of guideline and give you some tips and tricks that you can start doing in order to rather improve your mindset or take it to the next level, whether you're already working on it or not. So I will be going through some couple things. So let's just jump into it. The first thing I will mention, and the first thing I think it's one of the most important, is figuring out what you want. And if figuring out what you want is the same, you can compare it. Figure out your why. Those two go hand in hand. If you don't know what you want, then and you won't have the proper mindset. And the reason that is because you're actually like you're fighting for nothing. You don't have somewhere you're working towards. And if you don't have something you're working towards, then there's no proper strategy, no proper steps, no proper anything that you have to take to get there, because there is nothing that you're getting to. So if you know what you want, this will give you a clearer view. It gives you as well a type of guideline that you can lean on, and you can use to keep moving forward. Because having that, knowing where you're going to, you know the kind of obstacles that you may or may not confront or come on your path. So that's good if you know where you want to go, because then you have a type of guideline. Um, it gives you as well a purpose. Without a purpose, like I said already, you're working towards nothing. You're working actually towards failure, and I don't think you want to fail. So you need to know what you want in life and be really specific in what you want in life. What are your goals? What you want to achieve? Be really specific. If it's type of study or a certain job that you want, you really need to be specific about this. Don't be like, oh, I want this and this job. No, be specific. Be really specific. I want this job at this month of the year, at or on this date. I want to have this amount of salary. Be really specific on what you want. The more specific you are, the better, because it gives you even a stronger push to work towards it. If it's a goal that's a little bit abroad, then it's kind of vague. You don't have something to really hold on to. But if you have a date or a year, or let's say you want to have, let's say by end of this year you want to have $10,000 on your savings accounts. That's being specific. And instead of saying I want money at the end of the year on my savings account, it's not being specific, because you're not telling yourself the amount of money you want. And if you don't have an amount that you're working towards, that means that you will not do and make the effort that you have to make in order to reach that amount of money. But if you say you want 10,000, then you're going to do the things to make sure you reach that 10,000, and perhaps even surpass that. So like I said, number one is figuring out what you want. It gives you meaning, it gives you motivation, it gives you that adrenaline rush, it gives you energy, it gives you the drive. It makes you feel good as well, because you have something you're working towards. You're not fighting, or you're not working in vain, because you have a purpose that you're working towards. So remember, first thing, figure it out what you want, and figure it out why you want it as well, which is really important as well. Figure out why you want that, because if you don't have a why, like I said, they go hand in hand. It will give you even greater motivation to work towards. So I hope I'm not going too fast there. But let's go to the second one. The second one I have is be grateful. Now, maybe this will kind of sound obvious to you, but most people think they are grateful, but they're actually not. They're still complaining about a lot of things that are happening in life. Things when things go bad, they're complaining. And the funny thing is, even in those bad situations, you can get something good out of it. Actually, every bad situation, you can get something good out of it. Even if somebody treats you well, or you had an accident with a car, or your car broke down, or you don't have money, or you were fired from your job. All these things have a reason. They have a bigger reason. They have a bigger purpose in life. And most of us as human beings, we don't realize that. We are ready to complain that something went bad instead of looking of the good in that bad. And when you start doing that, start being grateful for the life you have. Because the simple reason you have to be grateful is already if you woke up and you have life, you have bread, you have the people around, you have family and friends, you have food on the table, you have a job to go to, you have money that you can buy food. For those small things, you have clothes that you can put on your body. For those small things, you have running water. For those small things that we take for granted every single day, you have to start being grateful for, because then you start seeing the beauty in life. And when you start seeing the beauty in life, that will make your world better, because your world will not be a world of angriness or stress, or of being bitter around other people, or other people being bitter towards you, because all you see in the world is good. And it's not saying that the bad will not happen or the bad doesn't exist. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, even when those bad things happen, look for the good. Be grateful that it happened, because there's a greater purpose. There's something we don't see, because we as human beings, we cannot see in future. But it does have a bigger purpose. And when you start being grateful about those small things, your life will be better, your world will be better, and you will start to be more positive, more energized, more calm, because you're not stressing about something stupid, actually, especially if something you don't have control of, which will be the most bad thing you can do for yourself, or for your own body, for your own health. It's being stressful about something you don't have control of. If you don't have control of it, let it go. Let it go, it doesn't matter. Always go back to being grateful, no matter what. So be grateful for everything you have in life, for having the food on your table, to have money on your bank account, to have running water, to be able to go to the supermarket or whatever, to buy your food, to be able to cook that food, to be able to eat that food, because there are other people that don't have that. And if you have the opportunity to have that, you should be grateful. So remember, be grateful. Let's go to the next one. The next one I have is realize who you are. Now, the reason I have this as a third thing is that a lot of people have goals, which is beautiful, which is a good thing to have in life, but they don't know who they are. And if you don't know who you are, it doesn't matter where you're working towards, you will be confronted with things that brings you back to who you are. You have to figure out who you are, because the problems you had in life, your childhood, your growing up, accidents you may have in life, some type of fights you may have with friends and family that you never dealt with. Those things hold you back unconsciously without you knowing it. So these things make a part of who you are as a person. It makes a part of your life. And you have to figure out who you are. The good things you're good at, the bad things you are the bad things you do, or whatever that is. You have to realize that they are part of you, and don't neglect it or don't push it away, because if you push it away, it's like throwing a tennis ball against the wall. It will come back to you and it will hit you 10 times harder. So realize who you are. Be real with yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Stay to your commitment. If you put your goal or something you're going to do today, do it. Do it, because it will make you feel better. Keep your promises. That will be better for you. So realize who you are. Deal with the problems that you have in yourself, your inner self. Deal with those problems, because those problems are holding you back to not go and achieve the goals. And whether you do that before you have a goal or after, it doesn't matter, because you will have to deal with it eventually. Doesn't matter if you are already chasing your goals, you have a goal that you want to, or you don't have, you will have to deal with it. But that's up to you what works better for you to figure out. If you want to figure out, realize who you are first and then start making a plan, or make a plan and then go and really dig deep into your feelings, into your emotions, because sometimes you may get pissed at something that's really small. Somebody did something. For example, let's say when somebody's eating. I was talking today as well with a friend. We were talking about this, and he gets really angry when somebody's eating, and I'm like, and this is something small. It's something really small, but it's so annoying to him. And there are multiple things like this that play a big role in our life, and this is just one example. But when you dig deeper into yourself, you realize that sometimes these things are not your own. Sometimes you have these type of feelings, these type of emotions, this type of stress, or these type of distractions, or the types of fears that you have are actually not yours, because the person you are today is created by the way you grew up. Because I didn't have the same childhood as you did, so I won't have the same fears, the same type of way of thinking, the way I do things, because we have two different stories. But when you or I realize that plays a big role in who we are today, that's the only way that you'll be able to change it for the better. That's the only way you'll be able to adapt things. And when those moments come up, for example, when somebody's eating and it's like, you realize, okay, wait a minute, this is not mine. This is something, let's say, for example, because when you were a child, your mom or your dad or whatever was telling you, oh no, you don't chew like that, chew with your mouth closed, and maybe hit you for doing that or whatever. So unconsciously that make you angry about people eating like that. But when you realize that's not yours, it's something that actually you're not really annoyed by it, but because it's been so pushed and so printed in your being as a person growing up, that's the only way that you will be able to change it. So start realizing who you are, dig deep into yourself, and don't fear to do it, because life will hit you with it one way or another. That's the thing. You will have to confront it one day, whether you're 18 years old, 35, 25, 60 years old. Life will eventually hit it in your face with it and telling you like, hey, realize this is who you are and you have to deal with it. And especially if you have goals that you want to achieve, if you want to change your life because you're not satisfied with your life you're living right now, you need to realize who you are. Be true to yourself. Get to know yourself better, and that will make a huge difference in your life. So realize who you are. Be real with yourself. All right. Let's go. Second. I don't know why I say second, but anyways. The fourth thing I have is focus on your strength. And this is also a really important and crucial thing. Most people focus on the things they are not good at. And there's two sides. Let me say there's two sides of the story. There's nothing wrong with focusing on the things you're not good at, but you don't have to focus too much on it. Understand what I'm saying? You can focus on it, but don't focus too much on it. Because the moment you focus too much on it, you're giving it that fear or that bad feeling or the bad things you're doing, you're giving too much energy. And all your energy, instead of going into something like your strength, something that is better for you, is going into something that's not good for you, something that's unhealthy. So start focusing on your strength. Improve your strengths, and the things that you're less good at will eventually look like nothing. It's like compare an elephant to an ant. The ant is still there and the elephant is still there, but you will not notice the ant because the elephant is so big. So the ant will still be there. Your fear will still be there. The things that you're bad at will still be there. They still make a part of you, who you are, but they don't control your life. You don't pay attention to it too much. You know it's there. You know it it exists, and you can try to improve it. Really good if you can do that. Even if you can get rid of it, that will be even better. It depends on what it is. Some things you can, some things you can, and some things you cannot get rid of because it sticks with you year in year out. That's just life. But when you start focusing on your strength, your fears or the things that you're not so good at will look like a a microorganism compared to your strength. And when you improve your strengths, that will make you feel better because that's good energy flowing through your body. That's a good vibration that's going through your body and through your mind. And when your mind is on a higher level, when your mind is moving and at a higher level, you're being in a higher state. Your the things you do will be different. The way you see the world will be different, and that will change your life, and that will make you and help you reach your goals as well faster if you do that. So focus on your strength because it will improve your life. So next thing I have here is do things that scare you the most. Challenge yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to challenge yourself. Now, why would you challenge yourself? If you don't challenge yourself, you still will be in the comfort zone. Let me put this another way. If what you're doing right now, how you're living right now, and I don't know how you're living, the things you do in your daily life, but whatever you're doing right now, if those things that you're doing right now is helping you to reach your goal, you would have already reached your goal. You wouldn't be in the position you are right now. You would already reach your goal and even further than that. But if you're looking at this video and you know you need help with your mindset, you know that you're not there yet, it means that what you're doing right now is not good. It's not helping you to reach where you want to. So change that. And I know it feels good. I know it feels comfortable, having those chill and Netflix things or going out and partying or hanging out with family and friends. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you, instead of going 4 times out in a month, make it 2. Make it even 1 time perhaps. And then make those other 3 to work on your goals. Because trust me, when you reach your goals, you have enough time to do all those things that you want with your family and friends. Okay? So do the things that scare you the most. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself. Get out of the comfort zone. If that means maybe something small for you, that going to the cinema alone, do that. Do that. And once you do it, and once you do it more often, you will realize there's nothing wrong with it. And you will not fear it anymore. And that will be the normal for you then. That will be your new normal. That will be your new kind of comfort zone, right? But you keep challenging yourself. Never stick to one a certain environment. Keep changing that. Because it brings new things, it brings new emotion, it brings new people around you. You get to meet new people, you get to make new friends, maybe business partners, whatever. But get out of your comfort zone. It will make you feel good and will make you feel better. You will learn new things, and when you learn new things, that's just only good things and things that will be better for you as a person and for your future. So challenge yourself in that way. It will change your perspective about life. Because if you never had done something before, you don't know how it feels. But when you experience that, then you can talk about it. You can even learn and teach other people, because you've been through it. So you know how it is. You can help other people. So get out of your comfort zone. Don't stay there. Because if those things that you're doing right now is helping you to reach your goal, you would have been there already. You would have reached your goals already. But they're not. So change it. Change it. It's for the better. If you love yourself, you'll do it. Because you need to do it. You need to do it. And I will say this as well. Start saying yourself, I need to do this. Not saying I will do this. Because there's a difference with the type of connection your brain makes when you're telling yourself, I will do this and I need to do this. When you're telling yourself, I will do this, it's saying to yourself like, yeah, I can, but I cannot do it neither. Which I don't want happens, it doesn't really matter. I just will do it eventually. That's actually that's the connection your brain makes. And it's something you may not pay attention to it, but when you get to know yourself better, when you get to know the human body better, when you get to know the world better, you realize that those things are some things that are unconsciously we are doing to ourselves. And you're not the only one. Trust me, everybody deals with these type of things. So instead of saying I will, say I need to do this. It makes you the need is the adrenaline. It's telling you it's life or death. Like there's no in between. Either you are going to do this or you're not going to do this. That's when you say I need to do this, that's what you're telling yourself. It's like, man, I have to do this. This is life or death. And if I don't do it, then yeah, I'm fucked. Pretty much. That's it. So start getting outside of your comfort zone. Let's see. I have written so a lot of things. One thing I want to talk about as well is look at your surroundings. Now, why would you want to look at your surroundings? Because your surroundings makes a great impact on you, on your life. I'm talking about family and friends. I'm talking about your neighbor. I'm talking about your coworker. I'm talking about that people working in a certain restaurant. Everybody, your surrounding, everybody around you, they play an impact on your life. They have an impact on your life. And if you don't stand still and you don't realize that, you are letting these people control your daily life, and eventually they rule your life. And you don't want to do that because you're the writer of your story. You're the director of that movie, of your movie. So take control of it. Look at your surroundings. If somebody is making you feel sad or angry, take a step back. Now, there's two things you can do in this situation like this. You can go back and realize that, hey, wait a minute, this person actually not doing nothing wrong. It's just that I have an issue with this thing. Maybe it's the way that this person talks or the jokes that the person makes. Maybe there's nothing wrong with those things that these people are doing, but since there's something unknown for you there, it may be something from your childhood or something that happened recently. It doesn't really matter. It's for you to figure that out. But once you figure that out, you can deal with that situation better. Okay, and when you start realizing that and starting pinpointing what the problem really is, that's the only way that you can go and make a plan and attack. That's the only way you will be able to deal with that situation. So when that person making that bad joke, you will know that, okay, now I'm walking away, or you'll be like, oh, I never laughed. So now I start laughing because actually there's nothing wrong with it. So look at your surroundings, look at the people around you, and as well look at the things that you do yourself, right? Pay attention how you react to certain things that happen around you. When you start doing that, it will make things clearer for you, and that will help a lot. Notice as well what inspires you, by the way. When you're looking at your surroundings, look at the things that inspire you. Look at the person. Maybe you feel sad and you have, we all have maybe a best friend or a family and friends or colleague that when that person comes in front of you and that person starts talking with you, you just feel pumped, like, yeah, this person made my day, and start paying attention to people like that, people that gives you that adrenaline rush, the people that be like, oh yeah, now I want to go and achieve this, oh now I want to go do this. Pay attention to those things, to those people, and make sure these people are more often around you, because the more often they are around you, the more often you'll be pushed to do the things that you have to do to reach your goals. So if you never maybe went out and eat out with this person, go do it. Ask this person to go out and eat. You have fun because you feel good around this person. And if those person that you don't feel comfortable around or don't make you feel as pumped, they make you feel sad or angry or anxious, go less out with it. Don't be around them that much. Cut him off. There's nothing wrong with that. Cut him off. It's for your own good. And I always say life is selfish, man. Like literally, life is selfish. Doesn't matter how you look at it. You don't have to take it too far though. But life is selfish. You have to choose for yourself, because if you don't choose for yourself, you are destroying your own being. You are destroying your own soul. You are destroying your own existence. And you don't want to do that, because your life will then be miserable. And if you're already feeling like your life is miserable, then you know what I'm talking about. And I bet you don't want to feel like that. So pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to the people that hype you, the people that don't hype you, the people that make you happy, the people that make you angry. Start paying attention to those things. And there are some little things, because we are used to go day by day, going to work, step in the car, start the car, drive to work, come back home, cook or eat, and just go in the bed and sleep and wake up and do the same old thing again and again and again and again, year in, year out. Instead, and not really paying attention to everything that is happening in the life, or in our daily life, sorry, that we do, that actually has a really great impact on your life. So start paying attention to your surroundings. It will change things a lot for you. Let's see. There's one thing as well. Before I forget, keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Don't stop, because the moment you stop, you get stuck. And when you get stuck, it takes you 10 times, 100 times harder to move again, because that's life. When you stop and you it's like giving gas, and you stop giving gas. If you want to go then from 0 to 100, unless you have like a Lamborghini or whatever, but you have to give more gas to in order to reach the 100 again. And you don't want that. If you can let the gas go a little bit, so go from, like, let's say 80 to 60, there's nothing wrong with that, because you're taking a step back. And sometimes it's good to take a step back, because you're keeping that 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, and you're running yourself thin. You're running out of gas, and you don't want to run out of the gas, because the moment you run out of the gas, then you get to zero. And like I said, when you get to zero, it makes it 100 times harder to reach 100 again. So go from 80 to 60. There's nothing wrong with that. Take a step back, analyze things, make a new plan, make a new steps that you have to take, and build it up back to 80. I mean, from 60 to 80, and go from 70, or you want to push it right away back to 80, or maybe go from 60 and boom, go to 100. That's even better. It's even better for you. It's even better for your life. It's even better for the goals that you want to achieve. Okay, so keep moving forward. Keep moving forward no matter what. Don't stop. Keep chasing your dreams. There's one thing as well I want to mention is stop being a victim. And this is as well one of the most important things. Actually, I have it written down, but it just popped up. It's one of the most important things that you have to realize. You're not a victim, you're a survivor. Okay? And you don't have to survive, but you have to live. Okay? I'll repeat it again. You have to stop being a victim. Okay, stop being a victim. Stop trying to survive and start living. When you're a victim, you're letting people and circumstances in your life to control you. You're letting those bad days, those when the car broke down, or the money didn't come in, or none of that, or all of these things, when you let all of that control you, you're being a victim. And when you're being a victim, you're not in charge. And when you're not in charge, you cannot steer the boat. If you cannot steer the boat, then you cannot lead it towards what you want to. And that will make you unhappy. So stop being a victim, stop surviving, and start living. When you live in life, you're taking control. You say, hey, this is my ship. This is my life, this is my body, this is my mind, this is my goal I want to go to, and I'm going to do the things that I have to do to reach it. That's the change that you have to make as well. Stop being a victim. You're not a victim. You're a survivor. But you have to start living. Okay, all those things, bad things that happen to you, trust me, a lot of things happen to other people as well. That's life, man. That's life. That's a fact, you know. But you're not in that situation anymore. You moved on, so you survived all of that. Otherwise, you would be looking at this video right now, right? You survived all of that. You've been through all of that, through all of the anxiety, the angriness, that stress, that depression, that suicidal thoughts, that all of that. You've been through all of that. You're a survivor. You survived that, but you have to start living now. Okay, start living now. Start taking control of the ship. Be the captain of the boat. Be the captain of your ship. Be the captain of your life. When you start doing that, your life will move towards where you want it to be and not where other people want it to be. Okay, so take control of your life. Stop being a victim and start living life. Start taking control of your life. Okay, I just wanted to mention that. I've written as well a couple of tips, and I think these things as well will be as a bonus. It will be helpful to make the switch in your mindset as well. And there's one of the first thing I would like to mention is adapt. Okay. In life, we adapt day by day. You know, like I just said, you went from surviving. You have to go from surviving to living. You're adapting your lifestyle. You're adapting your life at that moment when you're doing that. So make sure and know that you have to adapt every time, because life moves on. Life is not going to wait on you. You know, if you miss that bus, well, you better run really, really, really freaking fast to get to the next bus stop before the bus gets there. Because if you're not there for the next stop, the bus will keep moving. So make sure and know that you have to adapt every time again. If something doesn't go the way you plan it, doesn't matter. Things happen. Adapt, make a new plan, go attack again. You know, make sure you reach the next bus stop. Make sure you catch the bus. Okay, so make sure and realize that you have to adapt in life, because things change over and over again, you know, because that's life. Okay. There's one thing, and maybe you come across this, and there's something that helped me personally as well. And it's one small thing. It's a really small thing that start already making a connection in your brain. And maybe you heard of it, maybe you haven't. But I thought this will be a really good thing to mention. And this is, start making your bed every morning. It doesn't matter if you're running late. It doesn't matter if you're on time. It doesn't matter if you're still sleepy. It doesn't matter if you want to stay in bed. When you get out of bed, make your bed. You know why? This will be the first accomplishment you have in your day. And I don't remember who mentioned this. I guess it was a Marine guy that mentioned this. But he said make your bed every morning, because that will be the first accomplishment that you're doing on your day. And when your brain, you realize, whoa, I accomplished something. Wow, this is good. I want to accomplish more things, because you're giving your body a good energy. Your body is now pumped to go and do most things, go and accomplish more things. You know, so make that the first accomplishment of your day. And when you start doing that, make your bed every morning. When you start doing that, things will start to change for you. Okay, so make your bed every morning. Doesn't matter if you're late or not. Just make your bed every single morning. Do it, no matter what. And do it nicely, by the way. Second tip I will want to suggest is create a routine in your life. Now, let me tell you this. Everybody who knows me, I'm the type of person, I hate routines. I don't like routines. I used to hate routine. That's what I should say. I used to hate routine. But now I've created a routine in my life, because I've noticed that it gives me structure. It gives me every day, even though I know what's about to happen, but it gives me control in my life. It makes me realize that, hey, okay, I have to do this, Okay, what are the things that I need? But when you're just going, we'll see what happens. You're not taking control, and since you don't even know what you're about to do, you cannot anticipate what are the things that you may need. But when you know what you're about to happen, you can anticipate the things that you need, and you can make sure you have those things. Okay, so create routines in your life. For example, the first routine you have already, the first routine you have it already. Make your bed every single morning. When you get out of bed and you're going to work, make your bed. Doesn't matter if you're running late, make your bed. That will be the one of the first routine. What you do after that, that's up to you to figure it out. You know what's the best routine that fits for your lifestyle, okay, and for the goals that you want to achieve. Because my routine will not be the same as your routine, because my goal is not the same as your goal. What I want to achieve is not the same that you want to achieve. What fits with me is not the same will fit with you. But there are a lot of people out there that share these things, and you can go look and choose the things that do fit for you. And I can tell, for example, for mine, I make my bed every morning. Even before that, my first routine is actually I pray. I pray before I go to bed. I pray when I wake up. That's one of the things as well I mentioned, is to be grateful, because I'm grateful I woke up that day. So I'm grateful, and I'm thanking God to say, hey, thanks for giving me another day. Thanks for letting me open my eyes and see the world. Thanks for giving me another day, another chance to go and reach my goals. And I don't know if something bad is going to happen after that or not. Maybe I prayed in the morning and in the afternoon I'm dead, but it doesn't matter. I opened my eyes that morning, so for that moment I'm grateful that happened, because there are a lot of people that didn't make it to that morning. So start being grateful. Like, that's my routine for the morning. I wake up, I pray, I make my bed, I drink a glass of water, at least 250, 500 milliliters every morning. It's a good way to clean the body, to make the body, like, it's a startup. It's the jump start for the day. It's yeah, I've lost the word, but it's that's what I do in the morning. So yeah, those are some simple tips that you can do as well for yourself. One other thing I have as well as written down is, each day take 30 minutes of your day to do one task. Remember, one task that has a purpose, that has a meaning for your goal. Okay, I'll repeat it again. Take every single day 30 minutes. If you want to do more, go for it. It's even better. But take every day 30 minutes. And when you start doing these 30 minutes, you will realize, oh, I want to do this more often. I want to do this more. So you start doing, eventually you start going from 30 minutes to 1 hour to 3 hours. Whatever works for you, okay? I don't know your schedule. I don't know all the things you have to do. But start taking every day, cut everything off, take 30 minutes to work on one task that will help you to reach your goal faster. Every day, 30 minutes, do it. Just do it. That's another routine as well. That's another thing you can include in your routine. When you create a routine for yourself, you put 30 minutes. Whatever you put it, in the morning, in the afternoon. If you want to put it 2 or 3 times a day, even better. That's 1.5 hours if you put it 3 times a day. So 1.5 hours you're sharing of your 24 hours that you have in one day, you're putting it towards your goal. Okay? Count that on a year basis. You'll be far ahead. Okay? So start doing that. 30 minutes every day. Start small and build it up. Okay? Don't overschedule it, because then you may perhaps get overwhelmed. Because if you're not used to doing it, and if you eventually drop all in and say, oh no, I'm going to do this 4 times a day and blah blah blah, you're running yourself thin again, and you don't want that. Okay? Remember, you have to keep moving forward, and you don't have to go from to zero. Okay? And one last thing I have, sorry, one last thing I have is, ask yourself every time, whatever you're going to do, if that has a purpose for the goal that you want to achieve. Okay? And I'm going to be really straight up. Ask yourself if watching that 1 hour episode of Netflix, of the 1 hour of that series that you want to do, ask yourself, is that one thing is going to help you to reach your goals? And if it's not, cut it off. Don't do it. Now, don't get me wrong, I watch series as well. I do it as well. I'm not saying don't do it at all, but realize when to do it. Okay? So let's say, I will say this, which is something that worked for me as well, is I do watch a series, but I watch a series after I accomplish some things already. After I finish the things that I had to do, that's when I will go watch a series. Because then I will be like, hey, yes, I already made everything I had to do for tomorrow. So now I can reward myself. I always say we're still type of animals. It seems like a dog. When a dog do something good, you give the dog a treat. The dog associates that with, oh, when I do this, I get a treat. So I have to do this more often to get a treat. So your brain, it works the same way. When you start doing those 30 minutes a day, doing that one task, accomplish that one task, giving yourself the reward. Okay, now I'm allowed to watch a series. Now I'm allowed to sit and do that one thing that makes me laugh. It makes me feel happy. You reward yourself at that moment. But if you do it before that, you're already putting yourself in the mood of, nah, yeah, maybe I will, maybe I won't. And you don't want that because you're bringing yourself to zero again and you don't want to reach zero, okay? So I hope these tips help you, and I will just mention it again and really short, like do the summary of it for you. And if you watch it from the beginning again, just do it. This will only help you, okay? So one of the first thing I mentioned was figuring out what you want. Okay, figuring out what you want, figuring out what your goal is, figuring out what you want to work towards to. Okay, be grateful. So be thankful every day you wake up. Be thankful for the people around you. Be thankful that you have clothes on your body. Be thankful that you have food on the table. Be grateful because it makes your world better. It makes your world more beautiful. Okay. Realize who you are. Be real with yourself. Okay. Realize those things that are and come from you, and the things that are not part of you. There's those things that have been imprinted in you and that they're actually been taught to you that way, so you can be able to change that. Okay. Focus on your strength. Focus on those things that will help you to move forward. Focus on the things that will make you happier. Okay. Focus on your strengths. Make your strengths bigger. Make your strengths stronger than your fear. Okay, because like I said, it will be a comparison of an ant and an elephant. Okay, because if you put an elephant beside the ant, you will only see the elephant. You have to get really close to see the ant. The ant will still be there, but the thing you can focus on, and the thing that will give more attention, makes you happy, is your strength, is that elephant. So focus on the strength. Challenge yourself. Start getting outside of your comfort zone. Stop doing those things that make you feel uncomfortable. Stop doing those things that make you fear. And when you start doing these things more often, it will be more comfortable to do it, and it will give you outside of your comfort zone. And you will learn new things. You will meet new people, and that's only good for yourself and where you want to go. Okay. One other thing is look at your surroundings. So realize the people that hypes you up, the people that don't, and those that don't, cut them off, and those that do hype you up, make sure they're more often in your life. Make sure they're more often around you than they are now. Okay. So notice in these people if they inspire you or not, and those people that don't inspire you, just cut them off. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I said as well, life is selfish. You have to choose for yourself, make your own happiness. And when you're happy, when you're in a good state, that's the only way you can help other people. That's the only way you'll be able to inspire other people, because other people can see the change in you. And when they see the change in you, they notice that they can do it as well. Okay, because they see you change, they know where you come from, they know what you've been through, and they will realize that, hey, wait a minute, I can do this too. If this person did it, if he or she did it, I can do it too. And that's only good for them. It's only good for you as well, because then you have another person that you can talk to, and this person can always come to you because you've been through the same thing that they have been. Okay, so notice what inspires you. Keep moving forward. So you have to make sure that you don't stop, or you get to zero. You only move forward. Go, if like I said, you can go from 80 to 60, but you don't want to go from 80 to 0, because that's only gonna make it 100 times harder for you to get back to the 80 where you were. Stop being a victim. Okay, start being a survivor and start living life. Start taking control of your life because you're the captain of your ship. Okay, and then I had these tips. It was make your bed every morning. Doesn't matter if you're late or not, just make your bed every morning because it will be the first task that you have in the day. It will be your first accomplishment of the day, and that gives you a good energy, that gives you a good vibration. And like I said, it's like the dog. You want to treat yourself then again because you know when you do that, it's only good for yourself. Create a routine in life, and after that I mentioned spend 30 minutes, sorry, 30 minutes of your day each day to work on one task that will help you to reach your goal faster. So 30 minutes every day, spend that to work towards your goal. Okay. And lastly, I said, ask yourself every time you're going to do something, if that one thing, that one something, whatever it is, if that one thing is going to help you to reach your goal. And if it doesn't, cut it off, let it go, because it will not help you to reach your goal. And where you want to go is towards your goal. You don't want to point in other direction because that's only distractions and that's only holding yourself back, and you don't want none of that. Okay, so I hope these tips has been helpful for you. Those are things I work on myself. I'm still working on it on a daily basis because that's life. You always, life brings you more challenges every day, and you have to adapt every time and again and again. There's one thing as well. Make sure to adapt every time, and you keep improving every time. You'll get better and better in each one of these things. And sometimes you get even so good at it that that one thing you don't even have to think about it anymore than do it, because then it's already a part of you. It's already a part of your life. When those bad thoughts or those bad people are around you, you know already, it's easy peasy. I can deal with this, you know. So I really hope this will help you, and if it does, give it a like and leave a comment as well. That will be really good as well. And let me know what you thought of these things. Leave it in a comment below. Let me know what you thought of it. It will be really good. And if you have a tip that you use for yourself and want to share with someone else, that will be really nice as well. Just put it in the comments below, give it a like, and that will be only great. And we help each other in that way. That's the only way to move forward. That's the only way to make this life better and make the world a better place. So yeah, see you on the next one. Bye.